the third principle from the learnability is familiarity. Now, the keyword familiarity itself indicates before you use any system, are you familiar with such kind of interface or not? If so, then it will be easy for the user to handle that. Okay. Or more better way, how I can say the familiarity actually measures the correlation between users' existing knowledge or users' prior knowledge and the knowledge which is required to have effective interaction with the system. So that is the relation between user को already क्या पता है कितना पता है और current system को use करने के लिए या current system के साथ interaction करने के लिए क्या knowledge होना चाहिए. So the relation between these two entities is called as familiarity. Now, how we should follow or apply this familiarity principle? So we can also relate this with guessability and affordance. So guessability matlab after looking at the system, user should be able to guess ki, what next I should do. Let's take example of uh, door handle. Okay, so after looking at the door handle, we get some idea कि open करने के लिए मुझे क्या action perform करना है या door close करने के लिए मुझे क्या action perform करना है, right? So that is also called as affordance. So, or what I can say, what is user's first impression about the system after looking at that first time, right? So one more example, buttons in the form, कोई भी form हो, registration form या whatever. So after looking at the buttons or the widgets, user gets an idea what type of input I am supposed to give in the respective form. If it is a radio button or it is a checkbox, or if it is a drop down list, or it is a soft button, something like that. So क्या एक्शन आपको परफॉर्म करना है वो उस सिस्टम के इंटरफेस को देखने के बाद यूजर को पता चल जाता है या जाना चाहिए. That is the intention of having this familiarity principle. Next, fourth principle from the learnability is generalizability, which talks about consistency usually. It is a form of consistency itself, which is the next principle which we are going to talk or discuss about. Okay, but generalizability may specifically, let's take example of multi-windowing system. Okay, मतलब एक ही विंडो है but through that window or through that system you can perform or user can perform more than one operations. For example, मल्टी विंडोइंग सिस्टम में मुझे कट करना है, पेस्ट करना है या कॉपी करके पेस्ट करना है. So similar way I can do for all the operations. Okay, so what is it? It extends the same kind of interaction, right, to more than one situations. So extending specific interaction knowledge to new situations, right? So I know how to do copy paste for one file, so same can be applied to different types of files, right? I will use the same control C to copy and control V to paste, whether it is an image or whether it is a text within a document or it is a file which I want to copy from one location to another location, right? So that's what generalizability is. Our second example, in the drawing package, graphical drawing package, uh, can I use the function for drawing ellipse to draw a circle after applying some of the constraint? Okay, and yes, that can be done. Or can I use the function of draw circle to draw ellipse, vice versa? Yes, that can be done with some of the constraint in the form. Right? Maybe I need to change some of the parameters in that draw circle or draw ellipse function. Then next, if I want to talk about consistency, as I said already, it is a form, the generalizability was a form of consistency. So consistency is mostly talking about how much consistent user has to be in performing the actions. Okay, or Most of the time, the statement or the principle is like be consistent while designing the any user interface. Okay, that's the principle most of the times followed by the designer. But what basically it is, we will discuss with one simple example. For example, in the word processors, older versions, okay, not the one which we are using nowadays. So before the explicit arrow keys, up, down, previous, next, before these keys were introduced, the some relative position of keys on the keyboard were used for moving the text or character to left or to right or to bottom or top. For example, the keys uh, E, S, D, X, something like that. So E key can be used to move up, S key can be used to go to the left of the text, and D can be used to go to the right, and similarly X can be used to go to the down. So this consistency principle is somewhat relative. आप किसके relation में वो use कर रहे हो, right? So if I talk in the form of input, this could be the example, keyboard example, right? But and this is not actually it should be relative, because it may have some of risk or dangerous principle to follow if we keep it is relative nature. Okay, why so? Because nowadays the keyboards are of type KWERTY, right? Previously it was not there, because the first version or the older versions of the typewriter keyboards were in the same sequence of alphabetical order, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right, till Z. So what was happening in that case? Uh, the frequency of using the alphabets or the keys in the keyboard is not in the same sequence as they are, right? And so what was happened, the typer or whoever was typist, it was little bit tiring for them, right? Because maybe typist would not have equal stress or the distributed stress over all the fingers, right? I hope you are getting. And hence the keyboards now which we are using, they were designed like key Q followed by W followed by E, R, T, something like that. So this is designed by taking into account that whoever is typing using that keyboard should have equal stress distributed over all the fingers, right?